Let's talk Joe Budden, man. Joe Budden. Let's talk J. Cole
some
and Joe
people
Budden.
say Joe Budden.
Joe Buddens. Is that what you hear? So J. Cole, they were talking about J. Cole and his new song. I think it's entitled Procrastination, and it's got broken.
He actually did it over somebody that put J. Cole type beat.
Yeah, so the story.
Didn't we talk about this?
Yeah, we talked about him doing that. Yeah,
but Joe Budden is pretty much saying that it's a scam because he's saying, yo, I had writer's block. I couldn't come up with anything, so I put, J. Cole type beat into YouTube, got the beat, recorded it, and shouted the producer out. Joe Budden is saying the producer was already known, which the producer is. He got like 140 something thousand subscribers.
He had I don't think he had that many at the time.
At the time,
he was in the 90s though.
How does he
pronounce?
Is a lot. How does he pronounce it? Long it's spelled BVT.
The Batman guy.
Is it Batman? Is that?
I don't know how to do that.
Either way,
BVT.
BVTMAN is
Batman.
Yeah,
Batman.
Batman.
All right, cool. But his channel, to your point, was lit. So Joe Budden is like, he's trolling, but he's kind of saying that J. Cole is always the safe guy and has the creative ways to market. I looked at it from a standpoint of the producer just got a good lob. I don't care if he had 90 or if he had, whatever. That he came up off of this situation.
90,000 subscribers is a lot.
That's a lot. I'm not really mad at this. Like, I think it's a dope lob. Being a producer, like, I don't care how we necessarily got there, if it's the quote unquote gimmick or whatever, but I think it's a good look for somebody to get a lob like that. It's an actual release from him. I'm not mad at it. I don't care how they got there.
I just don't care.
Yeah, it ain't that deep. It ain't like he put it out there and was like, this is this unknown producer that I found and I like this beat, so I rapped over it.
Right.
He just said he typed J. Cole type beat.
Right.
I like the first one I heard, which if he has that many subscribers,
that's what's going to
happen. The algorithm is going to work in his favor.
Yep.
There we go.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things that happens.
Look, we should name this episode J. Cole type podcast. So somebody can, hit in the algorithm and Joe Budden can get mad at us too.
We can do that.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah.
I want 90,000 more subscribers for our channel.
It takes a step off of trying to figure out something else famous. So.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was going to be some Melly Mel lyrics. I think I like this one a little bit more.
You would think.
Maybe it'd be hurrah.
Yeah.
J. Cole.
How do you spell hurrah?
I don't even know.
I think it might be RAWRRRRRRR.
Maybe it's. But what if it's like ER?
Maybe so.
Hurrah.
Is there an H at the end?
Yeah, there's probably a couple H's.
Maybe. Look, I'm sounding it out.
Yo.
Anyways.
He's like, man, the whole wave of victim pandering and victim powering. I'm like, come on, man.
How did he say? Who did he call a victim?
Yeah, who's the victim here?
This is Joe Budden talking about the scheme, the quote unquote scheme
for J.
Cole.
Did J. Cole seem like just the casual, normal person?
I mean, what's wrong with him just actually being
Joe Budden been on some hating ish here lately, man. He was hating on Michael B. Jordan.
He was.
And plus, I didn't know who this producer was.
For calling out some chick.
I didn't know either.
You know what I'm saying? Clowned him in high school. I'm going to be the first person to tell you. Somebody clowned me in high school and you're interviewing me now. And I allow you to interview me. I awarded you that, but I'm still going to call you out for talking about me in high school. There's nothing wrong with that.
I personally like the way Michael B. Jordan handled it.
I do too.
Because you know why? I would have done the same.
I would have done the same thing. But back to Joe Budden talking about J. Cole.
He said he got a bag for that YouTube trick he pulled on y'all too.
J. Cole gets a bag for everything he does.
He said, I found out that the guy who just so happened to do the J. Cole type beat, he's the most popular producer on YouTube. Now, I don't know if that is. I don't know if that's factual.
YouTube every day.
I don't know if that's factual.
I spend if there's anybody in this room that spends too much time on YouTube, it's me.
I'm sure the most popular producer is going to have more than 90,000 followers.
Yeah. Terry, but to your point, Terry, he basically talking to you. He was like, and he said in his pandering, nothing wrong. Y'all swear I hate people. I don't.
You do.
And I love J. Cole.
When you literally have to put that in your commentary.
That's why I enjoy his show. He hates lots of people.
You do. Because it's like you don't want to admit it. Remember that one dude that made a song and we said, this dude sounds like Drake. Somewhere in the song he goes and they say I sound like Drake. I don't. We literally said you sound like Drake before I heard that.
True.
So when you have to bring it up, it's kind of like one of those things that you know that's who you are, and you just gotta live with it, man.
I mean, Joe Budden ain't going.
Does the Batman guy, does he just make beats or does he make content?
Question.
I'm just curious.
What I saw was a lot of production. Now I didn't do a deep dive or nothing like that, but
if he's the most popular on YouTube, if he's the most popular on YouTube, he's not. And you type his name in, it's gonna pop up.
But that's cap. That's cap just to add to his story. Like I don't even know who the most popular is, but if I was to take a guess, we know how many people are on YouTube. It got to be somebody out there that's.
Come on. I mean, it looks like he just has beats and stuff. So he's a
what's the subscriber number?
He's a type beats person, right? Yeah, he's a type beats person.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of type beats. He's got 141,000 subscribers.
There we go.
Yeah, got a lot of those.
But Curtis King has 236,000.
Oh, word.
Andrew, I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Huang or Huang. He's got 2.3 million. Now, he's got amazing content, by the way. So shouts to the plug there. Plug him. If you're a music producer, look up Andrew.
Wait, he has how?
HUANG. 2.3. Yeah, but he's got great content. I'm talking not just music, but like tips and stuff like that. But those are the first.
Joe Buttons didn't do his research.
Those are
wrong. You're just wrong.
I like to see. I just like to see producers win, man. I just like to see producers win.
I don't. To me, here's my take on it. I don't think it's pandering. I think this is just J. Cole. He probably typed it in. I don't know. He probably found it. He probably wrote a song to it.
Doesn't it seem believable to you?
It seems super believable, and it sounds like a song. When you listen to the song, it sounds like something that literally he had been sitting on, because it doesn't sound like it would be on a project.
Like Joe was even hating on the. He was like, man, he even wrote a beautiful letter and
Joe
all
be
that
hating because "Pump It Up" is his most successful song, and it was featured in "You Got Served." He's hating. Sorry.
You think
it feels like hate?
That was a dope record though.
It feels a lot like hate to me. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just
it's a lot of hate.
It's called a spade. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Look, I you know, when people say it
doesn't matter,
people are pandering. You know what? If you're trying to get, we're all pandering in some ways. In some way, you know, just like when people say, "Oh, I think there was something where Joe Biden like shouted out the Divine Nine," and it was like, "Is he pandering?" Yes, he is.
What politician doesn't pander?
That's the part of being in politics is you pander to people.
Yeah.
And we pander to people who want to hear us talk reckless about hip hop sometimes. Yep. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Budden panders to people. We all pander to people. If you're creating content, you are pandering to people in some sort of way.
You have to, because it's capitalism.
Yeah.
There it is.
Bada boom, bada bing.
You know what? We're gonna do a
Can't
whole
get
episode
away from it.
But we don't pander to anybody, and it's not even possible.
And nobody would listen or watch because they're waiting for us. Let's just talk about lilies and rainbows.
It's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Happiness is two kinds of ice cream.
I'm just not being.
There we go.
I'm just being stupid.
I mean, the numbers show, man.
Tying your shoes for the very first time.
The numbers show, man. Negative
happiness.
I feel like we do a pretty good job of.
Somebody knows what you're talking
being
about.
Negative.
Yeah.
I feel like we do a pretty good job of limiting our pandering as much as possible. I don't think we do anything for intentional clicks.
Agreed.
Like I said, we don't shake ass.
Yeah. There's none of that. Do we do stuff intentionally because, from a calculated angle? Of course.
Because you might be
Everybody
interested?
does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we don't.
We ain't shaking ass, though.
No, I ain't shaking ass.
But to your point, I feel everybody does that, and everybody has their own lines that they're going to do this to. But I don't feel like J. Cole's doing that. And even if he is, who cares?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Good job.
Yeah, I
must have been a low news week for Joe Budden to decide he wanted to jump on that.
What'd you say? A low news week,
man. Joe Budden, when he gets into these moods, he be so into it. How he wants you to believe. What I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm cool on that. Joe Budden kind of pissed me off this week.
I can tell, man. You all right?
I'm cool.
Okay.
I just don't like that energy, man. That's whack.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the producer that came up clearly by the numbers. Somebody
shouts to Batman.
Shouts to Pump It Up, and You Got Served.